Play ball! And here we go. We got 2 games of baseball on tap here from Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium. It's going to be the Crane Pirates taking on the Southwest Trojans. 2 former conference members going to be taking the field for play ball. 2 former conference members taking the field here at Crane. I will first look at the starting lineup and give you the starting lineup first for the visiting Southwest Trojans. There it is for you. They will face Lane Howard, the senior right-hander for the Pirates. Pirates last game they played Spokane. Not sure if that was a win or if that was a loss. So it looks like they will play with the metal bats today. But make sure, let's see if we can hear a ping or a crack from one of the bats when both these teams come up to the plate. Major League Baseball wild card kicked off today as the postseason's kicked off as well. Last I checked, the Chicago Cubs were ahead of the San Diego Padres by a score of 2-1. Watched the Guardians and the Tigers play up at Cleveland. Detroit now leads that series 1-0, and they take game 1 by a score of 2-1. So yes, the regular season is ended. 18 teams are going home, 12 are in the postseason. 2 of those 18 teams are the Cardinals and the Royals. And we're just about ready as the Pirate catcher in Turley Howe throws to second. Getting off top of first for the Trojans, the left fielder, number 10, Aiden Flippo. So Aiden Flippo will get things going here in the top of the first inning of play. The pitch is going to be in for a strike, and we're underway. First pitch coming in at about 4:20. So we're starting late as we were waiting on the umpires to arrive. Howard's 0-1 is just outside, and it will be 1-1. Southwest, I'm not sure who they played. We'll have no post game after this game. We'll have the post game actually after the final game of the night. So yes, we are playing 2 games today. Pirates and Trojans will make up their consolation game that they were supposed to play on Saturday, September 20th. 2 balls and a strike, I believe it is to Flippo. The pitch from Howard, swing and a miss, and that is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cardinals waved goodbye to John Mozeliak, and they introduced Chaim Bloom this morning. Chaim Bloom is going to bring back Oliver Marmol, as the 2026 season could be Marmol's final season, as Flippo swings and hits that one on the ground to the left fielder. There's one on with nobody out. Batting second, number 12, pitcher R.J. Cutbirth. R.J. Cutbirth, as we're playing with metal bats today. So that tells me the second game will count as the tournament, the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament, as that was being held on pause. Championship game will be held tomorrow between Purdy and Conway at Purdy, as that pitch is thrown on to second base. It is not going to be in time. And we got Flippo on second base. Not sure the time when Purdy and Conway will play each other for the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament Championship game will be. third place, we are still working on that. First consolation game was Hurley against Verona. Verona beating Hurley 4-2. That was about a week and a half ago. Tried to show a bunt. Throw it out to third. And he's safe there at third. Southwest starting aggressive here in the top of the first inning. Excuse me. 1 on, nobody out, as that pitch is just on the outside part, and that is strike one, 2-1. Howard will tend to struggle. The pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Cutbirth for out number 1. Batting third, number 16, catcher, Logan Gregory. Logan Gregory digs in as the lineup switches from right to left. Doesn't matter if you're a switch hitter, a lefty, or a righty. You just want to pull the ball to left. But coaches will encourage their players to hit the ball to all fields. One out here in the top of the first. We had a couple firings yesterday in Major League Baseball. The Giants fired Bob Melvin, and the Twins fired Rocco Baldelli. After the trade deadline, pretty much Minnesota just cleaned house. That pitch is chopped right to the pitcher. Howard, he throws it first. There's 2 outs. But a run scores. It's 1-0 Southwest. Batting fourth, number 11, designated hitter, Dom Sierra. It's Dom Sierra now to the plate, with the bases empty and 2 outs. But Southwest gets on the board. It's 1-0. The first pitch to him is taken for a strike, 0-1. So I would say this game will start in about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as that pitch is hit down the third base line's foul. So these players will switch to wood bats for the second game. And let me tell you that the sound of the wood bat is just sounds so pure. Other games going on for the wild card game. It's the Yankees and Red Sox as Sierra will be rung up on strikes. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Southwest. Eli Esri leads off the bottom half of inning number 1. 1-0 in favor of the Trojans in red and black, as that pitch is hit back to the concrete facade. Foul ball, strike 1. Pirates coming off a game against Spokane last night. I don't know the result of that one. And as you know, we're still looking for sponsors here on the Ozark Sports Report channel. And if you want to sponsor us, we have a little pamphlet for you to read through. I have sent that to many businesses here across the Ozarks. We are looking for businesses within the 50-mile radius of Springfield. So unfortunately, any businesses in northern Arkansas, unless you're just within the 50-mile range of Springfield, sorry, we can't reach out to you, unfortunately. But maybe I'll extend it to about 100 or maybe 75 miles. Let's see. Batting second, number 21, shortstop, Brady Klein. And it's Brady Klein now to the plate. Klein bats from the right side. So yes, any business that wants to sponsor us, we would surely appreciate it. The first pitch to Klein is taken for a strike, 0-1. And with us waiting on the on where the Wood Bat Tournament third place game will be, to make it fair, I believe I would have it played near Springfield, because with Hartville and Wheaton about 100 miles away, over 100 miles, if they were to have it at either Hartville or Wheaton, one of the teams will have to travel 200 miles round trip, over 200 miles round trip. And Crane being one of the, or being closer to Wheaton than Hartville, like I said, it would make more sense. Hartville about 50 miles from Springfield, Wheaton about 70 miles from Springfield, as that pitch is hit to the screen, foul ball. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count. The next pitch, throw down to second base. They got him there at second. That's going to be out number 1 on a strike, actually double play on a strike him out, throw him out. Batting third, number 30, pitcher Lane Howard. Lane Howard now the new batter. 2 outs here in the inning. That pitch is screen foul. So yes, I believe these two teams will switch back to the Wood Bats in the next game. Howard calls time. Two outs here in the bottom of the first. Southwest leading, 1-0. Pitch is going to be way outside. 0-2. Howard digs back in. He resets himself. The 0-2 pitch is kept in front there by the Southwest catcher in Gregory. The 1-2 is downstairs. That's going to be 2-2. So Howard able to double up the count at 2-2. The next pitch, downstairs, way to watch. And he gets himself ahead at 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next one, downstairs, ball 4. And a terrific at bat there by Howard. And that brings in the catcher, Turley Howell. Batting fourth, number 35, catcher, Turley Howell. And Turley Howell digs in after taking a minute to take off the catcher's guard, the catching gear. I don't think it's legal to bat with catching gear on your shins. Pitch, swings and hits it foul. 0-1. Next one is going to be hit by a pitch. Runners are going to move to first and second. Batting fifth, number 23, center fielder, Cooper Brannon. And it's Cooper Brannon to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Brandon is going to be taken downstairs. 1-0. Just a sun-splashed sky here over Stone County with some clouds overhead, but they don't look threatening. They say you can play baseball today. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Brandon. The next pitch is up and in. That is 2-1. Other games I was saying for the wild card, it will be the Red Sox and the Yankees. Yes, that historic rivalry is renewed here in the postseason. The pitch is going to be taken for a strike. You know when the Red Sox and Yankees hook up, that is always a classic. Pitch, strike 3 as Brandon watches that one as that ends the bottom of the first. No runs were scored, but the Pirates lead 2. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Southwest. Jacob Pierce leads off the top of the second inning of play. 1-0 Southwest has the advantage. And Howard's first pitch will be hit in the air to that gap in center or in left center field. There goes Pierce passing second base. Put on the brakes, and he's gonna make no. The ball's gonna drop. Going to pop out of, I believe that is the second baseman's glove. And Pierce is going to be on with a leadoff double. Batting sixth, number 14, first baseman Dakota Cotton. Dakota Cotton now up for the Trojans. Howard's first offering to him is going to be downstairs, taken for a ball, 1-0. Pirate hitters are creeping towards the plate. Most likely anticipating a bunt situation. The pitch from Howard is going to be bunted. Pardon me, missed for strike one. I think it probably was bunted foul. One thing about the bunt situation is you want to get the bunt down. You don't want to bunt it in the air. He swings and hits it to the third baseman. Throws on to first. And there's out number one. Batting seventh, number 15, right fielder Andy Day. Now it's Andy Day to the plate for the Trojans. They're going to look to get that second run home. That is sitting on second. Swing and a miss, and there's strike one. 0-1 the count. Howard watches checks on his runner, delivers home. Is going to be upstairs now. 1-1. So my guess will be is that these teams will use the Woodbats in the second game tonight. Pitch. As yes, they have to finish the Crane Fall Woodbat tournament. And this Crane Fall Woodbat tournament was a weird one. You know, Mother Nature made it weird. The teams having to play at different places. Only one game that was played on Tuesday, September the 16th. One game was moved actually to Hartville this year. Not all the games were played at Crane. One of them will be played at Purdy tomorrow for the championship. And like I said, we don't know about the third place game, if it will be played here at Crane, if it will be played somewhere else. The pitch swung on, and that's going to be hit on the ground to the third baseman. Third baseman can't find the ball. He throws, but Day is going to be on. I believe the fielding error. Batting eighth, number 21, second baseman Lincoln Keats. And now it's Lincoln Keats to the plate. First and second for the Trojans with one out. The pitch swung on and hit on the ground to the shortstop. Shortstop can't find the ball, and the run, and it will be bases loaded here with one out here in the second. Batting ninth, number 8, shortstop Hunter Patterson. now it's Hunter Patterson to the plate. Trojans lead 1-0, but they can threaten. Howard's first pitch. Ooh, almost got him. And that will be 1-0. The next pitch is upstairs and 2-0. The 2-0, and that looks like what will hit. It will get Patterson. Run scores and makes it now 2-0 Southwest. Here in the top of the second. Left fielder Aiden Flippo. Flippo, I believe, got on with a single. We still have one out here in the top of the second. Pitch is going to be taken for a strike, 0-1. The next one, outside and 0-2. One out here in the top of the second. The next pitch, the ball gets away, but nobody will move. Two is the count to Flippo. The next pit, or 1-2, excuse me, is upstairs. Upstairs now 2-2. Patient hitting is key for both these teams. Here's that 2-2 pitch. And it's upstairs, strike 3. Flippo couldn't believe it. And there's out number 1. Or out number 2, pardon me. Pitcher, RJ Cutbirth. RJ Cutbirth now the batter. First pitch is going to be upstairs. Or 1-0, excuse me. The next one is going to be downstairs, but and it will make it a 2-0 count, I believe. This is the next one. Takes it for a strike now, 2-1. There to Cutbirth. The 2-1 pitch. Checked his swing. He makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Two-1 to Howard. Here it comes. Is upstairs, ball 4, and a run's going to score. And that will make it now 3-zip Crane, or 3-zip Southwest. catcher Logan Gregory. Logan Gregory now the new batter at the plate for the Trojans. The pitch. Ooh, I don't think they got him. The 1-0. Swung on, and that's going to be hit the other way, right to the shortstop. Shortstop throws on to first. No play going to be made. No play will be made. And that will be a throwing error, an unearned run for Howard. And now we got runners at the corners with 2 away. Designated hitter, Dom Sierra. Nam Sierra now the batter for Southwest with 2 away, runners at the corners. Let's see if Howard can get out of this pickle. The 1-2, the runner moves from first to second base, throws, got him, and that's how the top of the second comes to an end. But 4 runs were scored here in the second, and we go to the bottom of the second inning, 5-0 Southwest. Rhett leads off the bottom of the second inning of play. Pirates in a little bit of a hole here. Trailing 5-0. After they had to cough up 4 runs, that pitch is hit right back to the pitcher. Throw on to first, and there's out number 1, easy peasy. Batting 7th, the first baseman, number 24, Cam Chisholm. And it's Cam Chisholm to the plate. First licks for Chisholm here in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch, swing and a miss, and there's strike one. The 0-1 is taken downstairs. 2-1. The count there to Chisholm. Watches that other one. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-2. Strike 3, and Chisholm's down on strikes. There's out number 2. Here in the bottom of the second. Batting 8th, number 11, designated hitter, Braylon Merritt. Braylon Merritt now digs in. The first pitch from Cutbirth is taken for a ball, 1-0. Next one is upstairs now, 2-0 the count. Once again, 5-zip in favor of Southwest. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Makes it 2 balls and a strike. The next one, taken for a strike again. 2-2. The pitch. Downstairs now, 3-2. Count goes full. Will Merritt get himself on? Let's see. Pitch. Swung on. That's going to be hit right to the pitcher. Throws to first in time. And there's out number 3. Nothing for the Pirates as we head to the top of the third. 5-zip Southwest. Dom Sierra leads off the top of the third inning of play. Second time facing Howard. He swings and hits that one in the air. The third baseman will make it on the infield grass, and there's out number 1. Third baseman, Jacob Pierce. Pierce smashed a smashed a double all the way to the left center field fence in his last plate appearance in the top of the second inning. Boy, he hit that one in the air and it just kept on, and it got up into that jet stream, and it sure went all the way to the fence as that pitch is swung and missed. Strike one. The next one to Pierce, that gets away. The next one, swing and a miss, and that is one and two to count. The next one is outside now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. After this game, the Pirates and Trojans will stay on the field for their tournament game. Strike 3, and he is down on strikes. And there's 2 away. First baseman, Dakota Cotton. Dakota Cotton now to the plate. I believe he singled his last plate appearance as that pitch is hit in the air, and that will go foul. One out here in the bottom, or excuse me, 2 outs here in the bottom of the top of the third, excuse me. Like you say, we're in the bottom of the third. It's going to be a long night. Two and two outs here in the top of the third. The pitch from Howard is going to be swung on and hit foul once again. And we'll just hit pause and replay on that one. The 1-2. As the scoreboard goes off, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next one that's going to be strike 3. And no damage for the Trojans as we head to the bottom of the third inning, halfway home from Crane. It is 5-zip. Zane Hudson leads off. He watches the first pitch come in at ball 1-0. Let's see if the Pirates can do something. That pitch hit on the ground to the third baseman. Throw on to first, and there is out. Numero uno here in inning number 3. Second baseman, Eli Esri. Eli Esri, the batter for the Pirates. The next pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be slapped right to Coach Britton Tucker. Will he make a play? No, he will not. So an error will be charged on Pirate head coach Britton Tucker. But he can take as many errors as he can. 1 ball, no strikes. The count is that pitch is outside. 2 balls. Pardon me, 1 strike. As Eli is able to get himself ahead. The pitch. Taken outside again. 3 balls and 1 strike. This is where you want to take on 3-1. The pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be hit on the ground right to the pitcher and past the second baseman. That's going to be a base hit. There goes Eli. He's going to make it in there, kicking up some dust there at second base. And we got a man on second with 1 man out. Shortstop, Brady Klein. And it's Brady Klein to the plate. First pitch way outside. There goes a runner down to third, and Pirates will have their first runner just 90 feet away. Let's see if Klein can bring him home. Next pitch, throw on to third, and it gets away from the third baseman. That's going to score Esri. He'll step on home, and that's going to cost a shutout for Southwest. It's 5-1 Trojans. Now for Klein. Let's see if he can get on base. Next pitch swung on and golfed into right field. Right fielder camps under it. There's out number 2. Pitcher, Lane Howard. And now it's Lane Howard to the plate. Walked on his last plate appearance. Pitch is going to be taken for a ball 1-0. The next pitch had to duck out of the way. Now it is 2 balls and no strikes. The next one swung on and ripped foul. That one's going to the parking lot. The next one to Howard. Swung and fouled once again. pitch, swing and a miss. Howard down on strikes. And the inning comes to an end. So the Pirates get 1 run in. They leave a man on. We go to the top of the 4th. It is 5-1 Southwest. Andy Day leads off the top of the 4th inning of play for the Trojans. Trojans in their black jerseys with the white pinstripes, red, a little bit of red on their jerseys as well, and black and white pinstripe pants as well. Pirates in their blue jerseys, blue caps, and white pants and white home pants today. The pitch from Howard is going to be 0-2. Like I said, these clouds above us won't show us any threat. Don't have any threat to us. That pitch, strike 3, and he's down on strikes. And there's out number 1. Second baseman, Lincoln Keats. And now it's Lincoln Keats to the plate. I believe he's singled and scored a run his last plate appearance back in the 4-run outburst that the Trojans had. They were held scoreless in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch is taken downstairs, and it's going to be 1-1, excuse me. Here's that next one. Outside. 2-1. Don't want to get ahead if you are, or you don't want to get behind if you're Lane Howard. Howard already behind 2-1. Swing and a miss, and he gets Keats to even the count at 2-2. Let's see if Howard can win this battle and get his second strikeout of the inning, and he does. That's strikeout number 2 here in the inning, but I believe that's strikeout number 4 in this ball game. And it's Hunter Patterson now to the plate. First pitch to him, swung on and hit foul. Shortstop Hunter Patterson. Hunter Patterson now the batter. I believe he's singled his last plate appearance. The pitch taken outside. A ball and no strikes. The next one is going to get away. One ball, no strikes. The count. Two and one, excuse me, as that pitch is upstairs. Now 3-1. Still trying to keep up with the ball and strike counters, as it tends to be off. But that'll be ball 4, and the runner will make it to first. Left fielder Aiden Flippo. Flippo, I believe, walked and struck out his last plate appearance. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 away, there goes the runner. There goes the throw down to second, and no one's going to be making that play. Patterson makes it to second easily. The next pitch, swung on and tapped foul. Some gray clouds overhead. Hopefully they're not going to be much of an issue. I don't think they will be. But we'll watch them. Pitch, swung on, and that's going to be hit in the air to right field. Right fielder camps under it. There's out number 3, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 5-1 Southwest lead. Blaine Howard, the pitcher, ended the bottom of the 3rd. And Turley Howell, the Pirate catcher, starts the bottom of the 4th as he watches, I believe, the first pitch come in for a strike, 0-1. Swung on and hit foul. Looks like that one would go to the highway. The next pitch is going to be taken for a ball, 2-1. The next one, swung on and golfed foul. next one is downstairs, and that will be 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is going to be, strike 3, and Turley was robbed of that call. He thought it was going to be ball 4. Center fielder Cooper Brannon, and it's Cooper Brannon after Turley was pretty much just robbed of the ball, of taking first base on ball 4. But that happens sometimes. Nothing you can do about it. As that pitch is hit out of play, that's going to go foul. Pitch is going to be taken downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next one, foul tipped. The next one, and it gets away. That's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count. The pitch downstairs. Now that's 3-2. Swung on, and that's going to be hit on the ground to the pitcher. Throw to first, and there's out number 2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Third baseman, Rhett Howell. And it's Rhett Howell to the plate. I believe he scored a run and singles. That pitch is hit hard right to the pitcher. And that will be a laser throw to first, and that's how the bottom of the 4th comes to a close. Nothing much for the Pirates. We head to the top of the 5th, 5-1 Southwest. RJ Cutbirth leads off the top of the 5th inning of play. Southwest with the advantage. 5-1 is the score. After this game is concluded, like I said, we will have the second game on tap. That will be the consolation game that was supposed to be played, like I said, on Saturday, September 20th of the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament. 0-1 is the count to Cutbirth. The pitch. Check to swing and strike 3, and he is down on strikes for 1 out. Catcher, Logan Gregory. Logan Gregory digs in after Coach Mann not happy with how Cutbirth finished that at bat. That one's going to be bounced off the second baseman. There in Essery. We got a runner on first. Designated hitter, Dom Sierra. Dom Sierra now the batter. The pitch. Throw down to second base is not on target. Pitch swung on, and that's going to go out of play, foul. One ball and one strike, excuse me. The count here in the 5th. Runner on second. The pitch. Checked his swing on the outside part. And he's awarded a ball, 2-1. That one's going to be drawn for a walk. And that's going to bring in the batter in Jacob Pierce. Third baseman, Jacob Pierce. Runners now move to second and third here in the 5th. 3 balls and a strike at the count. Howard's pitched into the 5th inning of play. In the majors, that wouldn't be good enough. That pitch is hit in the air to the first baseman. He has it for out number 2. Here in the 5th. First baseman, Dakota Cotton. And it's Dakota Cotton now to the plate. The pitch to him, swung on, and that's going to be hit on the ground to the third baseman. Third baseman can make the play, run scores. But they get the out. But they were able to get the out. When we go to the bottom of the 5th, it is, I believe, a 6-1 Southwest lead. Cam Chisholm, the first baseman for the Pirates, leads off the bottom of the 5th inning of play. The pitch swung on, and that's going to be swatted on the ground to the shortstop. Throw on to first. And there's out number 1. Designated hitter, Braylon Merritt. Braylon Merritt, the batter for these Crane Pirates. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That first pitch is going to be taken for a strike, 0-1. The next pitch is hit softly foul. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-1 is our score. Actually, yeah, 5-1. They didn't count the run at the end of the top of the 5th. So that pitch is hit out or taken outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 1-1 is inside. The 2-2 is way outside now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 5-1 lead. You cannot be giving up free bases. That is strike 3. As Merritt tried to swat at that one, possibly chop at it, and there's out number 1. Right fielder, Zane Hudson. And it's Zane Hudson actually with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as that pitch is hit softly foul. Strike one. The next pitch. Tried to swing at that one as that pitch was coming in high. I believe he tried to predict that pitch to come in upstairs, but he just missed it. Next pitch swung on and hit foul. As that's going to be strike three. And the inning comes to an end as we go to the top of the sixth. It's 5-1, Southwest. Andy Day leads off the top of the sixth for Southwest. Southwest has the 5-1 advantage here in the top of the sixth inning. Pirates are starting to run out of chances. But so far this game has been has actually been a pretty good pitcher's duel. Pretty much in the later stages of the game. Southwest had those 4 runs and they scored 1 run in the first and 4 in the second. Crane only scored 1 run in the bottom of the third. Like I said, wild card games are going on today in Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles. The first game was completed in Cleveland. That pitch was hit in the air to right field, and that's out number 1. Second baseman, Lincoln Keats. Lincoln Keats, the batter for Southwest. One out here in the top of the sixth. Still 5-1 in favor of Southwest. A pitch outside. The 2-0, swing and a miss, and that is 2 balls and 1 strike. as those gray clouds are passing over us. Like I said, they won't be a threat to us. The pitch is going to be taken for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and down goes Keats for out number 2 here in the 6th. Shortstop, Hunter Patterson. And now it's Hunter Patterson to the plate. He's going to look to extend the inning to the Trojan leadoff man, Flippo. As the first pitch he sees is taken for a strike, 0-1. Like I said, after this game is concluded, we will have the consolation game of the Crane Fall Woodbat Tournament, as these teams will switch from metal bats to wood bats as they'll play their last games of the tournament. The pitch, swing and a miss, and down he goes. For out number 3, Howard putting up another shutout inning. That is 5 shutout innings here, and let's see if the Pirates can get some runs back. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Southwest. Eli Esri leads off the bottom of the 6th inning of play for the Pirates in blue. The first pitch, he swings and hits it the other way. This could be a difficult ball. It will be. The ball gets away, and Esri will stop at second base. I believe on an error. Shortstop, Brady Klein. Brady Klein now the shortstop for the Pirates. Hit in the bottom of the 6th. Pirates trail just by 4. So they just need 5 to take the lead. And just 4 to tie it. They can most certainly do it here in the bottom of the 6th that they want to avoid the bottom of the 7th. That pitch hit out of play, foul. Once again, 5-1 is our score. Umpire calls time. One is the count to Klein. Next one swung on, and that's going to be hit, and it's going to be caught there by the left fielder. Esri doesn't move up. He has to go back to first and stay on first. Pitcher, Lane Howard, and it's Lane Howard to the plate. Not much. He's walked, and I believe he has struck out, I believe, and grounded out. Gets a good swing on that one. It's foul ball. It's a foul ball. Unsure of where the third place game will be played and when it will be played. The pitch is, going to be taken downstairs, upstairs for a ball 1-1. The next one. Two balls and one strike. Clouds starting to get a little dark here at Toonie Parsons Memorial. Hopefully it's not going to be much of an issue, as we don't want rain on game days. 3 balls and a strike is the count. The pitch swung on and swatted right to the third baseman. He throws to second for 1, but that's all that they're gonna get. Catcher, Turley Howell. And it's Turley Howell to the plate. Turley was struck out as he was denied ball 4 in his last plate appearance. 2 outs in the inning for Turley as he stands in the right batter's box, rocking the bat up and down as he hits one foul. Runner on first, I believe that is still Eli Esri. Pitch, swings and tries to chop at that one, but that will be 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count, swung on. That's going to be hit right. Oh, it's going to be past the shortstop. That's going to be, I believe, a base hit. That will put runners at first and second there for Cooper Brannon. Center fielder Cooper Brannon. Yes, those clouds seem to be moving on out of here. So that's going to be a good sign, as I see some sunny skies, some partly cloudy skies. Like I said, those clouds don't have any rain in them. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for Turley. Courtesy runner number 5, Logan Lance. It will be Logan Lance, the Pirate courtesy runner. Still 5-1 here in the bottom of the 6th, but the Pirates can threaten. They have runners at first and second. Howard's your man in scoring position. One ball, no strikes to count. calls time. This pitch is taken for a swung on and missed for a strike, 1-1. The next pitch is outside, and 1-2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swings it, hits it in the air, popped up. That's going to be caught by the Trojans pitcher Cutbirth, and that retires the side. Nothing for the Pirates as we head to the top of the 7th inning. It is 5-1 Southwest. Aiden Flippo leads off the top of the 7th inning of play. Trojans have the advantage, 5-1. That pitch is going to be swung on and chopped right to Coach Mann as he slings it back to Howard. The next one, swung on and hit foul. Strike 2. Pitch to Howard as the sun comes back out. The 1-2 is swung on and missed, and there's out number 1 here in the 7th. Pitcher RJ Cutbirth. So no postgame after the first game. We'll have the postgame and talk about this game and the second game. After the second game wraps up, pitch upstairs, and that is ball 1-0. So yes, after this game is complete, we'll cut off the stream and get ready for game number 2. As that will be the consolation game that was, like I said, supposed to happen on Saturday, September the 20th. Pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. I believe that's 1-1. So yes, sit in your seats, grab a quick snack or a good beverage. If you are watching us on a smart TV or you're watching it on your phone, on your cell phone, just sit tight. We'll have the second game after this game is concluded, but we got to get through the top of the 7th. The pitch is taken for a strike. And the count is I believe 1-2. Oh, that's going to hit Cuthbert, and that's going to put him on first with a man out, but that looks like that'll be at the end of the line for Lane Howard. Lane Howard, with the exception of giving up 5 runs today, pitched a really good game. I believe 5 shutout innings in about 5.2 innings pitched. But he did give up 5 runs, and the Pirates will go to their bullpen. I believe it is it's Eli Essery. That's the new pitcher for the Pirates, who will come in relief for Lane Howard, who takes over. Or excuse me, that's actually Brett Howell, who takes over the pitching duties as Howard moves to third, his primary position. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pirates, number 28, Brett Howell. So like I said, Howard was able to...
That's Brady Klein.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
That's okay, just letting you know.
Correction, Brady Klein. So Rhett moves to shortstop, Howard moves to third. So Klein will face Logan Gregory. Catcher, Logan Gregory. It's Logan Gregory to the plate for these Trojans, as the first pitch he sees is a ball. 1-0. Next pitch outside, 2-0. The 2-0 is now 3-0 there from Klein. The next one is going to be taken for a strike, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's see if Klein can get Gregory to hit a ball on the ground. the 2-2, strike 3, and that is, or excuse me, ball 4. They're on a full count. And now we got runners at first and second with 1 out here in the 7th. Designated hitter, Dom Sierra. And it's Dom Sierra to the plate. He can look to give Southwest 2 more runs if he can find that gap there in the outfield. Right fielder shifts to right center. Backs up, runner, second baseman and shortstop pace back and forth between second base. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Swings and taps that one foul. A ball and 2 strikes. The next pitch, swung on and tap foul again. A ball and 2 strikes to count. We currently sit here in the 7th inning of play. Throws offline, but the runners do not advance. Two and 2 is the count. Pitch is downstairs and makes it 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates are in jeopardy of giving up a run. That pitch is fouled off, and the count stays at 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next one swings and hits it in the air to the third baseman Howard, but no throw to try and get the runner at second base, but there's 2 outs. Third baseman Jacob Pierce. It's Jacob Pierce to the plate. For the Trojans, the pitch. Is going to be taken for a ball, 1-0. That pitch is hit out of play, foul. I don't think any of the players will take infield outfield between these 2 games. One ball and no strikes. The ball gets away. Runners move to second and third. They're on the wild pitch. The next one is upstairs, ball 4. And a walk will be issued. That loads up the bases here in the 7th with 2 away. And it brings in the batter in Dakota Cotton. First baseman Dakota Cotton. Dakota Cotton will look to extend the inning here in the here in the top of the 7th. Pirates will have just 3 outs to work with when we get to the bottom of the 7th. 3 outs to work with to score 5 runs and try and walk off these Southwest Trojans. They trail 5-1. It's pretty much the scoring has been put on pause ever since the top of the 2nd inning. Two balls and a strike. There to Cotton. That pitch will be ball 4. He will probably be hit by a pitch, and that scores a run. 6-1 Southwest here in the 7th. As Howard goes to calm down Brady Klein. That'll bring in the batter in Andy Day. Right fielder Andy Day. Andy Day will look to keep the inning going. 2 outs here in the inning as that that second pitch taken for a strike, and it evens the count at 1-1. Like I said, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Pirates will be down to their last 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see if Day can keep the inning going, or will Klein? Yes, he will end the 7th, but the Trojans get a run on the board as they were held scoreless since the 2nd. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Final hope for the Pirates. They trail at 6-1. Brett Howell leads off the bottom of the 7th inning of play for the Pirates here as they are facing their final 3 outs of the game. He swings and he swats that one right to shallow center field. Center fielder, or as the ball deflects off the center fielder, and that's how you're going to get Brett Howell on first base. First baseman, Cam Chisholm. And it's Cam Chisholm to the plate. He will be tasked to move Rhett to second and put himself on first. Yes, that is the objective. So we're going to see one of the players for Southwest wearing a black and purple cap, resemblance to the Colorado Rockies road caps that they wear. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Cam Chisholm. 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. like I said, after this game is concluded, we will have the consolation game of the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament coming up momentarily. That is after we get lineups and get them situated. The pitch. Swings and hits it in the air. This is going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Rhett. He's going to be waved in. He's going to get the Southwest lead down to 4. And Chisholm is going to be on with a triple. Designated hitter, Braylon Merritt. Merritt, I believe he struck out his last few times that he's been up to the plate. Coach Derek Mann will come on out. And I believe that's the end of the line for Cutbirth. Cutbirth, who only gave up just 2 runs in about 6.2 innings pitched. But he got 6 runs of run support. No, he's going to stay out there and face Merritt and possibly get the final 3 outs for the 6-2 Southwest victory. Pirates have only the most the Pirates have trailed by is 5. And that's been twice that they have trailed by 5. Pitch to Merritt is going to be taken for a strike, 0-1. Here's the pitch. It is going to be down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he just barely got a piece of it. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Merritt. The next one is outside, and that's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Therefore, Merritt. Next one outside. 3-2 now on Merritt. Next pitch swung on and hit out of play. That will go foul. The next one swung on, and that's going to be right to the pitcher. He throws on to first, and there is out number 1. Right fielder, Zane Hudson. And it's Zane Hudson to the plate. And looks like that will be the end of the line for Cutbirth. I believe the third baseman for Southwest in just a second. And Jacob Pierce will take over the pitching duties for the Trojans. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Trojans, number 13, Jacob Pierce. And Cutbirth will move to third base during the pitching change. Pierce will face Hudson, Esri, and Klein. That is if necessary. But he will face Hudson and Esri. When we get there. Right fielder, Zane Hudson. It's Zane Hudson now to the plate. He will greet Jacob Pierce on the mound. Pierce pitches upstairs, and that is ball one. Pirates need 5 to tie it, 6 to win it here. Or excuse me, need 4 to tie it and 5 to win it here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As I see those gray clouds making their exit, and the sunny skies are back out. 3 balls and a strike to Hudson. The pitch is inside. He takes a strike on the inside corner, and the count runs full, 3-2. The next one is outside, ball 4. So we're gonna have runners at first and third rather, for the Pirate leadoff man Eli Esri. Second baseman Eli Esri. Eli Esri digs in. Runners are at first and third for Esri. Pirates trail it just by 4. 6-2 is our score. Swings and he rips that one. That is going to go foul. Esri digs in. Boy, I bet he's going to want that pitch back. He's got runners at the corners. The pitch is going to be taken for a strike, 0-2. The 0-2. And the ball gets away, but no one's going to advance. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Esri, the Pirate leadoff man. The 1-2 pitch is downstairs. That's going to be taken for a ball, 2-2. Pirates do not want to be down to their final out. They want to play on. But will Pierce let him play on? The pitch way outside, and that's going to now make the count full once again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pierce in another situation where he's facing 3-2. The 3-2, upstairs, ball 4, and the bags are packed for Brady Klein, the new pitcher for the Pirates. Let's see if he can deliver. Here it is. The pitcher, Brady Klein. Brady Klein will dig on in. A base hit can most definitely, an extra base hit can most definitely, positively get the Pirates down by 1. But if both these teams split today, Southwest takes consolation, but the Pirates win their regular game against Southwest, that will be just fine. As you know, these two teams have one more game left to play tonight. 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's going to hit Klein. A run scores. And here comes Big Lane Howard coming up to the plate. with nowhere to put him. And Coach Mann will come on out to calm down Pierce. Renault will make a pitching change as Pierce will exit. I believe he goes back to third. So we'll see who the new pitcher is once I get the number. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Trojans, number 8, Hunter Patterson. Southwest lead is cut in half thanks to a hit by pitch. There from Jacob Pierce. He comes out, he goes back to third. And Patterson moves to the pitching spot from shortstop. I don't know who the new shortstop is. I believe it is Cutbirth who goes over to shortstop. They're on the second pitching change that the Trojans have had to use in this game. But the good thing about high school baseball is you get unlimited amounts of pitching changes. (6-3) is our score in favor of Southwest. Howard is the man that's going to be coming up. He'll face once again Hunter Patterson on the mound. Third baseman, Lane Howard. If Lane can drive one out of here, that means that's going to be a walk-off grand slam. And that could give the Pirates a 7-6 victory. But if he can get a triple, this game will be tied. Hit batter, and that's going to bring home another run for the Pirates. There as Patterson hits Howard, and we're going to see Turley Howell come to the plate. Catcher, Turley Howell. And it's Turley Howell to the plate. The pitch is going to be upstairs. Ball one. Bases are packed. Nowhere to put Turley. The pitch swings, and he's going to hit it over the head of the third baseman. One run's going to score. Here comes Klein, and the game is tied. And Howard's safe at third. And it's going to be up to Brannon to walk it off here in the bottom of the seventh. Runners are at second and third. Everyone's in scoring position. And it's going to be up for Brannon. Let's see if he can end this game and give the Pirates either victory number 3 or victory number 4 on the season. Center fielder, Cooper Brannon. Cooper Brannon now in. Let's see if he can deliver. They're going to intentionally walk Brannon. And it's going to be up to Rhett Howell. The shortstop, Rhett Howell. Let's see what Rhett can do. He's got runners at second and third. The pitch swings, and he's going to hit it the other way. Howard scores. Here comes Turley, and we are walking it off here in Crane. The Pirates take it by a final score of 8-6 here in the seventh. The Pirates win it 8-6. And that is a crushing defeat by the Southwest Trojans. Coach Mann pretty much on his knees as he had to watch the Trojans just suffer that 8-6 loss. But as the Trojans shake hands with the Pirates, we'll get ready for the consolation game and the second game of the evening. Don't go away. We will be right back.